maritime borders are rarely so obvious. To the left, the last coastline of Albania. To the right, Greece. And in the middle, an island that ships pass on the port side. We've hardly travelled 2 kilometres, and we're in the most western part of a country where everything begins with an island. Greece. This is Corfu, Kerkyra in Greek. On the edges of the Ionian Sea, it's an island that we like to describe as the bridge between east and west. In other words, at the confluence of the influences. When you look into it, the history of Corfu is, it's true, rich. The island was British and somewhat French. To the point where you wonder whether Monsieur Vauban wasn't in charge. So much this citadel resembles the works of art along the French coast. As for the rest, there's no doubt that Corfu is Greek. The proof is its port. Energetic, bustling, alive. And always these old ladies in black, whom well-bred sons come to fetch on the quayside. Thank you, son. Beyond Corfu, to the south, lie Cephalonia and Zakynthos, the Greece of the Western Isles. Dazzling Greece, with cliffs of white chalk and volcanic rock abandoned to the Ionian Sea, where the rare beaches become graveyards for shipping. Here, nothing. Just the wind, the deep blue water, and the infinite open sea. Further on the continent, it's the opposite. Inlets taken over. A riot of tanning bodies. Crowded gangways on the decks of ships caught in the rush. This is the total opposite of the calm and nonchalance of Corfu. Continental Greece. Naturally, you feel the gap. In Greece, there are the islands, and there's the rest. A bewildering geography for passing sailboats. Madame, on watch at the bow, can no longer indicate the course to Sir, who's getting irritable. The course? Actually, which course do we take? Greece is a huge country. To follow its coastline scrupulously is a challenge. To go from island to island, west to east, is madness. With a considerable obstacle to sail around, the Peloponnese, a population of 3 million, the central part of Greece, principal city, Patras. Patras is a major port, with a constant flow of ferries and cargo ships heading for islands in the 4 corners of the country. For a long time, the people of the Peloponnese lived like islanders, that is to say, to the rhythm of the ships. But since 2004, everything has changed for them. the Rion and Tyrian Bridge, also known as the Poseidon Bridge, or even the French Bridge. French labs and companies played an active role in its construction. At nearly 3,000 meters long, it joins the Peloponnese to continental Greece and is situated at the intersection of two major highways. The bridge cost millions. The price to pay to do without the boats? No, because there are still ferries that take the same route. It takes longer, but it costs less. Anyway, what wouldn't a Greek do to continue sailing? The Corinth Canal. This dead straight gap in the chalky rock, without which the Peloponnese wouldn't be an island. 6 kilometers long and 21 meters wide, it separates this region from the rest of Greece. Built in the 18th century, it allows sailors to avoid a detour of over 400 kilometers. Boats. Still more boats. The Bay of Eleas. This is one of the biggest concentrations of vessels in the world. Some decommissioned for good and waiting to go for scrap. Others put under wraps to await better days, when the price of freight is higher. Long days of waiting and boredom for the crews moored off Piraeus. Long evenings of relaxation at the weekend on the island of Aegina, where the whole of Athens likes to come to rest and party. The island of Aegina is just a few miles from the Greek capital, Athens, with its near-million population. A huge city, gobbling up energy and space. Today, even the Acropolis and its scaffolding seems lost in this megalopolis. Shall we flee the city for the islands, far beyond chic Aegina? No problem. We pass Cape Sunion, the nth promontory along the Greek coast, to set course for the southern islands, the Cyclades at last. Except, in the Aegean Sea, there's sometimes a disruptive element, the wind. It suddenly gets up at dawn and gets stronger during the day. Then the sea turns white, and so do the passengers' faces probably. But it would take more than that to stop the ship's progress. Greek sailors are tough. From Amorgos to Paros, from Milos to Naxos, the Cyclades are barren islands. The Cyclades are also white islands, at least judging by their habitat. The Windmill Island, a sort of Greek island mirror of Epinal. This is Mykonos, where, as in the rest of the Cyclades, tourism has stamped its seal. There are still some islands in the Cyclades without an airport, but not many. Mykonos has had an air link with the continent for a long time, and that no doubt has contributed to its brutal transformation. In Spain, in the Balearic Islands, they have Ibiza. In Greece, the equivalent is Mykonos. With its paradise beach and all-night parties, it's the fantasy of clubbers from Tokyo or Berlin. Mykonos, jet-setted. The sea is everywhere, yet everywhere, in front of the tiniest villa, there's a pool. You might think fresh water wasn't scarce in the Cyclades. Just a short stretch from this frenzy of real estate, the neighbouring island of Delos brings us back down to earth. And it reminds us in passing that 2,000 years ago the foundations of a great civilization were laid down here. Delos is a bare island, covered in relics of the past, visited by the peeping toms of ruins, as one Hellenist author wrote. In mythology, this island was sacred. Water resources were managed with skill and intelligence, despite a population denser than that of Paris. 2 centuries before Christ, the population fluctuated between 20 and 30,000. Today, Delos is uninhabited, an exception in the Cyclades.